Good morning, Viaduct. My name's Pop16. Today we're watching an ESEA Open match. This is gonna be oh geez, what is this team called? 6BB, I think. Yep, taking on Gardening Club. Here in the 5th week of ESEA, and they're just talking in the chat. I think they're going at it 5v5 tonight. So you got some high quality open games being played as usual. There's some scheduling issues with some players on each team that doesn't look like they can find a different date to play. So we're doing 5v5. And we have the highest height of open. 6BB, of course, is currently the lowest ranked open team that hasn't died yet. So they're doing pretty good. And then Mowing, which is Gardening Club, are doing pretty good themselves at, what, 3 and 5 right now? Yeah. So definitely going to be seeing a good game tonight, I would suppose. We'll go down, I guess, what class are they each going to be missing? Man, the new 5v5 meta is going to be established today. I'm assuming they're both going to keep medics, demos. Maybe they'll just drop a soldier each. I would kind of assume they each drop like a roamer. That would be my guess. But really, who knows? Yeah, I'm not quite sure on the loadout or people who are playing just because of the 5v5 situation. So, it doesn't matter. This isn't going to be a super serious cast. This isn't really the most anticipated game of Open. But you know what? That's okay. 6BB, you know, they may be the only team that hasn't won a game that hasn't died in Open, but you know what? They had a pretty good week last week. They went 4 and 5 to a team called Light Switch, which is honestly a pretty decent team. They have an alright record. They did lose to Gardening Club a little bit earlier in the season, I believe. Yeah, pretty sure. And so, did they? Man, I should write notes better. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is, while they did lose both games last season, or last week, SBB, they were pretty close, or at least one of them was. They played 5s last week, so they're okay. They're good at 5s. So that's just another advantage. Yeah, we played 5 last week. Our team too. Yep, they're on the same team though. Excellent. Yeah, SBB. They went 5-4. The last game, not the last game they played, but one of them they played, which was a strong comeback after 3 forfeit losses in a row. I guess they played 5v6 and they only lost narrowly 5-4. It could have been the other game that week, which they got rolled 5-0 on, that they only had 5 players, but you know, we can choose to believe that's not the case. And honestly, Mowing probably had the worst week of their season last week on Badlands. They lost both games, which is the first week that that's happened for them. I believe they were completely even every week before last week, so the momentum shifts in Open could be happening here. 6 and 4 currently, so I don't know, man. I'm thinking they are going to play 5v5. If the game doesn't happen, that's fine too. We don't have to cast tonight. I'll cast 5v5 though, man. Viaduct is an interesting map anyways. Anything can really happen on Viaduct. Like, what do you even say about it, man? It's Koth, and that's very different from 5CP. Of course, it's first to 4, which we forgot about last time, but we've remembered. Dude, see, even now I'm forgetting to turn off my notifications. That's okay, though. I'm sure that guy will probably be offended that I just went offline instead of talking to him, but that's okay. I'll have to apologize to him after the cast is done. Are we gonna start? They're repping the tracers. It's understandable. That seems really rude. I just went offline, but that's fine. We did cast Gardening Club a little bit earlier in the season. They didn't do too good on that match. Of course, they weren't predicted to win that match though. In this match, they are predicted to win. Or, you know, more realistically, SBB are predicted to lose. I'm not sure what the BB does stand for, if it stands for anything. What the SBB, or not S, but 6BB So that's where I would assume maybe 6, referring to the 6 players on each team, or on their team. Completely new team, 6BB. None of the players have any experience. Gardening Club do have half their team that have a little bit of experience, 1 season of playing together. But I think one of them is the one that's not here. Like, let me try to figure out who's not playing on each team. So, on SBB, you're supposed to see Mons and then Fire Claymore. Do we see both of them? There's regular old Mons, which is Mons. And then I don't see Fire Claymore, so I assume he's the one that's also not playing. Because then you got, like, Small Johnson, Duroc. There they are. Venomous Pastry and Boog. Yep, they're both there. So, Fire Claymore, they're going to be missing a scout. Which, we might see one of the soldiers go scout. This is Viaduct, a very heavy scout map. Then over on Gardening Club, I believe it's Almax who's not here? Yeah, because they've got Blazing, G-Turtle, Gully Wobbler, Snow, and Soggy, which is all their players other than that. So they're missing a roamer. They'll probably just keep people on their same classes then. Because I would expect them to get rid of a roamer. Realistically. I mean, scouts are just so powerful. In the game in general and on this map. G-Turtle is basically Abraham Lincoln. Leads the division in rocket frags. I didn't know that, actually. I'm gonna have to figure out where you find those stats, 'cause that's pretty interesting. You know that Turtle, not long after killed himself, used the Rising Star meme. Man, I hope this starts pretty quickly here. They could just report as a forfeit win. However, you need 6 players on your team, and they don't have that. They're typing start into the thing. So let's get ready. I'm pretty sure we're about to go live. We'll just have to find out. I'm pretty sure one of them was wearing like a Highlander badge at one point. I'm gonna see if I can find that if the game doesn't start beforehand. Because that's something kind of interesting. Yeah, you might have no ESEA experience, but if you got like... Well, that's like an MVM. What kind of badge is that? You see Highlander Steel Participant Season 6. So that's something, I suppose. Yeah. Steel in Season 6. Isn't it like Season like 18 in Highlander right now? I don't know, man. Forfeit win. Lamau. Oh, looks like they're not going to be able to play it, I think is what they're saying. Lol, no 5v5 today. Can we get one of our players through in the server and beat AFK in spawn? That would be a way to do it, I guess. Man, Open sure is a division. Reschedule? No, they tried rescheduling, guys. It's not how this works. It's already been decided that they cannot reschedule due to scheduling conflicts. Can we please play 5v6? Okay, we get 6. Yeah, maybe. Looks like pregame is going in favor of the blue team, which is mostly 6BB. So that could be something, but looks like red team are coming back, which is of course mostly mowing. He's sleeping. He's sleeping and sick. Man, that's unfortunate. I hate being sick. I got allergies right now. Seems pretty fine at the moment actually, but being sick, not a fun time. God, what else can I waste time with? New update's probably coming soon. They're thinking like tomorrow. I bet tomorrow for the new update, new TF2 update, the quote-unquote Nito update. I'm betting tomorrow. Some people are thinking today, but there's no real things happening today. There's like videos on Valve's YouTube channel that were uploaded, like 4 private videos. So I don't know, man. This update could get hype. The release of matchmaking. I've been having a lot of fun in matchmaking, honestly. It's been a good time matchmaking. Just for like some fun with friends. Just going around playing some unusual classes. And actually red team look like they might come back here. But Small Johnson is standing, I believe that's, what's it? Yeah. T-posing on the point. Gonna go down, actually, to the market garden of his teammate, Duroc. So now they are looking to win this pregame. Pregame's currently tied 0-0. And looks like there are a lot of red players standing on this point, and it is going to go in favor of red team. So, the face when there's no big TF2 update this week. Not Blazing, there's totally going to be one this week. Like tomorrow, I swear. They're not going to wake him. That would be rude. That's understandable. Saying they win? Yeah. Alright, so red team, of course, have just gotten one on the board. That's going to be 3 members of mowing, plus 2 of 6 BB. I don't believe this is the actual ready up. No. Report forfeit. No, you need 6 players to report forfeits, so this is really not going too good. No ringers. Yeah, I believe 6 BB don't have any registered subs. Not even like unpaid people, it's just literally nobody else on the team. I think mowing have a couple more players that are paid up and everything on their roster. So maybe they just couldn't get in or what. Actually, Gunboat Diplomat is in the server, who I believe is a sub for mowing. So we'll see what he does. Maybe they're going to play 5v6. Maybe Gunboat Diplomat's just going to sit AFK and spawn. Hard to say, really. Maybe he'll play Spy the whole time. It's really anything could happen. They could just use this to report a forfeit win. Server is telling them they can play 6v5. So ESEA does not allow 5v5, but allows 6v5. I knew they allowed 6v5. I wasn't aware, nor were the players, that you couldn't play 5v5. Oh, that kind of makes sense. It's hard to tell, but this is slightly more serious than UGC4s. They're saying start it. So is he gonna sit and spawn? No, GG. Yes, maybe. Pulls. We'll see. We'll see if he just sits and spawn. Looks like we are going live. Get ready for this game. Of course, Viaduct is first to 4. I'm interested to see. Looks like I'm at the wrong team. Looks like Gunboat Diplomat is staying on Spy. So, oh yeah, we're just gonna be restarting every time. We'll see if Gunboat Diplomat's gonna continue playing Spy for the whole game. If he's gonna sit and spawn. He is rolling out, but he's playing Spy. That is, you know, not a common strategy for Viaduct, but we'll see what happens. Looks like blue team are doing a lot of good damage. They're getting some good pressure on the point with their scouts. Looks like Soldier is actually bombing up now here. Small Johnston getting kind of denied on the rock, however. Gunboat Diplomat is going to go down initially, as well as Small Johnston, so that's not good for the red team. And now we just see another Soldier. Duroc is in, but he's getting healed up just a little bit. And this looks like it might actually be going in favor of red team. However, they just lose another one with Venomous Pastry. And of course, they are kind of permanently one down, if you want to include Gunboat Diplomat as a real player. Scouts pushing forward, and now this is going to go into favor of mowing. We didn't see 6BB able to cap that point, and I'm not sure if Gunboat Diplomat's just going for straight up only Ambi. I didn't catch what he did that last mid. He is running Dead Ringer, which, is that legal? I don't know if that's legal, but he bumped into the scout, and so it's not good for him. He is going to go down. Looks like the red Uber was popped. I believe that was a force because the red team, or the blue team, didn't seem to pop. Oh no, they pushed forward. I understand. They pushed forward and got aggressive, trying to cap the point. Looks like it succeeded as G-Turtle does go down. Most of the blue team are going to be backing up here. They don't really want to fight this. It seems they want to at least wait till they have Uber. Blazing's very low. Is going to actually go down there, trading with Venomous Party, so that's definitely alright. That's Venomous Pastry, man. Gunboat Diplomat is going to pop that Dead Ringer. Man, I need to stop casting the Spy. Like, who the fuck cares? They're recapping the point now as they get on it. Small Johnson jumping it, though, and it looks like the blue Uber is going to get popped off. So they're charging forward. They really want to get somebody with this. Boog did go down, so that's probably an alright pop there. I think they just kind of decided the med went down. They may as well get some frags for that, but definitely I don't think the worst decision they could have done. Duroc is looking a little hurt. But he's fine. He's going to be backing up now. I'm curious as to where the spy is. Oh, he's still coming back up. I don't think he's gotten any picks. He's got 2 points. Might have gotten some assists. But red team now pushing forward just a little bit into the connector area. They look like they might want to come up there. They are calling, but both medics are in actuality both about equal. I'm hearing the headshots ring out, but nobody dying. As of course just the ambassador headshots. And we do see Blazing setting a sticky trap up on this rock. That could definitely get somebody. Small Johnson is going to go down over on the flank too. G-Turtle, who I believe is not the roaming soldier, but still, that's alright. Gunboat Diplomat is now going to be sneaking up behind. We'll see what kind of plays he can make. He's coming up behind the medic. This could be big. No, he does get spotted out. And actually air shot by the rock, so good job by him. I mean, that wasn't the most impressive air shot, but that was pretty good. You know, that was alright. Looks like Snow is going to get caught in on just a little bit. Dies there, so that's 2 down now. As blue team does pop that Uber a little bit aggressively. Thankfully, the red Uber does get popped off as well. Blazing now looks like he's a little bit disconnected from his team, but nobody's really pressuring him, so that's fine for now. Red team kind of looks like they want to get on the point. D-Rock is behind, and Venomous Party went down as well as D-Rock, but they got a couple for that. G-Turtle, of course, went down, as well as Soggy. Now they're still fighting. It's only the scout here is going to get actually shot down by Gunboat Diplomat, the spy. So really, I think the new meta is being established here by Gunboat Diplomat. The Ambi Spy is really a strong class, and he's actually got the knife out, ready to stab anybody who might walk through here. And it looks like they are coming up. I don't know if they're going to check it. They are definitely checking. Oh, no, he didn't check it. Oh, he's on this. Gunboat Diplomat really needs to brush up on those spy plays, I think. Small Johnson, he probably could have got that, but he's standing on his head. And Small Johnson did manage to kill him there, but so many red players are going down. That's 2 more, and of course they are constantly down 1, so this is not going to be good for them. They are having to back out now. Big Boog is a little bit hurt. Regular Johnson is looking like he's going to be able to buy him some time. There's only 3 seconds left on this point. They really need to do something, but Big Boog is not in position to do this. I just realized that they have Small Johnson. Oh, that's not Regular Johnson. Alright, that's Regular Olmans. This is what that is. I called him Regular Johnson. I was hoping that they would have one player called Small Johnson, one player called Regular Johnson on their team. That would have made me happy, but no. It doesn't look like it. I don't know why we're not going to spectate anybody, let's be honest here. Soldier getting very aggressive here, actually. Instantly on a Golly Wobbler. Gonna kill himself, but the effort was good. Small Johnson, he had some good intentions. Mowing also gonna die, however. That's Soggy Mowing. And the spy is behind Diplomat, causing some distraction. Snow managed to get up a 2K there, and he's still chasing the medic. Actually did manage to pick up the assist. G-Turtle kill him there, and G-Turtle getting a second one onto Big Boog and D-Rock. So excellent job by them. It's only 1 player alive now for the red team, as looks like we are going to see Mowing cap up that point. That is, of course, Gardening Club. So 6BB now need to reassert themselves. Need to get bunched up. I will be fairly surprised if they get around on the board, but I'll be very proud if they do as well. Looks like they are trying to spam here, and Gunboat Diplomat did go down, but of course that's still only the spy. D-Rock does die, however, so that's a bit more important of a pick. I believe that's the Pocket Soldier for 6BB. So definitely a forward hold coming out right now. We do see G-Turtle with the medic over on the left-hand side. Blazing and Scout over on the cliff with Soggy taking up this China area. Pretty standard forward hold. We'll see what red team can manage to do to try to break free of this. They're breaking out, but actually did get headshot and cratered there, going down to Gunboat Diplomat. Same time, G-Turtle did get another one there onto D-Rock, so excellent work. The spy really coming out in force. And now he's hidden. He does get checked, unfortunately. He's going to have to run away. I believe he popped that dead ringer. Still just some more spam coming down from the looks of it. Red team really needs to get out of the spawn area. Of course, they've already wasted a minute off that clock. And actually, both Ubers are going to get exchanged here. So Gunboat Diplomat is going to go down, but that's just a DR, so that's not real. Scout is actually chasing this medic a little bit. Red team have backed up to the point, so this forward hold has been mostly broken. And now actually Scout's going to go down. Looks like Golly Wobbler's in a bit of trouble. He is going to go down. Actually, loose cannon from Venomous Pastry. Going to take down Golly Wobbler as this is not going good. Blazing also not in a good position. He's got a soldier behind him. And yeah, just going to go down. D-Rock didn't see that soldier, so he's going to die. And that was definitely some good aggression coming up from the red team. Showing that, you know what, they may be a man down, but they can definitely come out and cap the point sometimes. They're doing a little bit of forward hold of their own. Spamming that loose cannon seems to be very effective. Did get one good frag there. They're going to send their strongest player, Gunboat Diplomat, of course, out to scout out the area on Spy. They probably should know that that was a DR. It's going to be coming up behind Small Johnson. Actually, the Demo Knight coming out from Blazing. Partial Demo Knight, at least, as Gunboat Diplomat does manage to pick up Small Johnson with the backstab, and also Snow gets one as well. And so they're going to be pushing forward here. They're going to be trying to capture this point. There's only 2 alive, of course, because we do have to see the one permanent down as the Venomous Pastry also goes down. It's only D-Rock and his medic alive. Pocket Soldier trying to protect Boog, but Gunboat Diplomat is looking for that headshot. Not seeming to be able to land anything, unfortunately, from the enemy cliff, so he's just going to be trying to get into a little bit better of a position. He's going to pop that Digger off with the Feign, and maybe get into position up here. Yeah, that didn't work last time, and unfortunately there's nobody going that way, so he's not going to be able to find anything right away. But there's a lot of sticky traps up on this China Cliff area. This could be bad, and looks like they have been called, and have been, for the most part, cleared. As they get popped off and don't get anybody. The red Uber is going to get popped off. They're going to be charging forward here. Gully Wobbler does have 100%, so he's going to be counter-popping right now, but they're a much better Uber. Blazing almost died in that, but he's fine for now. At least does go down, unfortunately. Small Johnson got stabbed in the midst of that as well, because the scouts are kind of all over the place here. They are going to pick up a couple good frags, and again, it's only D-Rock and his medic alive. We've seen this before, and Gunboat Diplomat sticking up behind him. Does get the medic. I believe he was spotted out by D-Rock, but doesn't matter. He's going to go down either way, and D-Rock does look like he has the Market Gardener out, but unfortunately not in position to get that, so interesting to know he is running that. We could see some good frags. We have seen Market Gardener frags in the past. I believe on Snakewater, we saw a couple good ones there, but no, so far I believe Gardening Club seem to be pretty dominantly controlling this map. Kind of 5. It's like, we'll call it 5.5 V6. Definitely not your average TF2. And Gunboat, you know, I wouldn't call him the strongest member of his team, but you know, he is contributing somewhat. He does pop his Deadwinger now. Lots of red players are getting some time on this point, but they are at a huge tuber disadvantage. They need to, like, survive here. Mowing also needs to not die. They do finally get their Uber charge. They're going to be charging forward. If they can get Boog with this, I mean, if they can just get frags with this and then cap the point, they're fine. But they're not really worried about capping the point. They're just getting these frags. It's a full wipe. They just need to cap the point, and the round will be theirs, making it 2-0 now. We'll see what Mons can do, but I don't think it's possible. He's trying to run past the Spy, but it's not going to happen for him. 2-0 now for Gardening Club, and this match is going about as I expected it to. Definitely some shenanigans. Gunboat not bottom scoring. Demo Man not able to pick up the pace. Not generally a high scoring class anyways, but you know, that's alright. Spamming these stickies, it looks like, or at least pipes. Not sure if Blazing's still on a shield. I don't think he is. D-Rock actually going to get stabbed by the Gunboat Diplomat. He's gotten better in Spy throughout this match. We've seen him definitely come into his element as he does pop that Deadwinger off. Jeez, I need to stop catching the Spy so much as they are pushing forward. Soggy getting a little bit collapsed on by the scouts, but thankfully G-Turtle is there to clean up a couple more, but now Snow is in behind here, and he's looking for these frags. Probably just going to get out, unfortunately, as Venomous Pastry does go down. That is the Demo Man, and now they're just trying to hit some shots here. Looks like G-Turtle almost got him, but he did get Ubered on, and so they're going to be pushing forward. Not a lot of red players alive, however. D-Rock is back, but a lot of the blue players are Ubered, and they're charging forward. The Uber's much better. D-Rock's going to be jumping up in the air, trying to get somebody, but Blazing is fine back with his medic and actually get cleaned up by the scout. Now they're looking for that frag onto the medic. They probably are going to get this. I can't imagine that they don't. Oh, but they're not him. Oh, a nice pipe by Blazing, actually, is going to be able to clean up Big Boog, so that's good for them. Snow did go down on that, though, chasing that frag. Doesn't really look like it's going to matter as G-Turtle does fall down on the Venomous Pastry, takes him down there, and now it looks like Mons is in a bit of trouble. He's very low health. He might actually get away from this, but he's in a long corridor with the Dome Man, and he is successfully out. What was his health at? Not very high. He seems to have gotten back to his supply cabinet and medic, so he's fine. Gunboat Diplomat is the most aggressive player on his team. I guess Blazing's pretty aggressive, too. He does probably have a trap here, yeah. Pretty standard. He's going to get jumped, actually, by the Soldier. D-Rock does a good job. He's on a 3K right now, which is pretty good for being in the position his team is in. And Mons is actually behind. He's on the point. He sees the medic, but a lot of people are looking at him. He is going to get shot down by Soggy, so good job by him protecting his medic now. We do see them pushing forward just a little bit. The red team, that is, they do catch out the scout in connector, and he's going to die, but Demoman also going to go down for that. So, unfortunately, Soggy going to be trying to avenge his scout friend, I suppose. Gunboat Diplomat does finally go down in the back lines. They're spamming some good rockets here. Looks like Uber Charge is going to get popped off by the blue team fairly aggressively. So the Uber's going to be a little bit better for the red team, but, I mean, if blue team gets some good frags with this, that'd be great. G-Turtle does pick up one so far in this Uber, but he's in a bit of a tough spot. Meanwhile, the red soldier is getting a little bit of room, but really can't get too many frags as nobody on the blue team is currently alive, or dead, sorry. G-Turtle on the brink, however, it's going to get pistoled down right before trading himself, but Big Boog is very low. He's probably going to be having to back out. D-Rock isn't going to let that scout chase, but he is going to make sure that the scout can get out alive, so... Alright, that's fair. Gunboat Diplomat again. This is the third time we've seen him again, though. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be coming this way, so not going to be probably getting anything there. They are choosing to come up over onto Cliffside. Oh, now maybe. Well, we'll see what's happening over here. Looks like this is kind of just a sack wave, it looks like. They're trying to get the medic, and actually a good surf by Gollywobbler, but surfs right into the Dome Man, unfortunately. He's still alive, thankfully, though, and he is looking like he's going to survive this sack wave as all the red players do go down. Snow went down somewhere in that, and the Uber charge was popped off by the blue team. So that's pretty big. That's going to be a huge Uber advantage for Big Boog then. So maybe they can actually come out and do something with this. Assuming they don't get dropped by Gunboat, sorry. But I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to try to, though. Is actually G-Turtle a little bit too aggressive, I think. Gollywobbler is running at the medic with his Uber saw out. Not a common tactic as Gunboat does miss that stab. He's back healing now. The medic is behind the entire enemy team. He's going for those saws. Not going to happen for him, unfortunately. Small Johnson does get taken down by Gunboat in the back. And the red overcharge finally going to get popped off here as most of the blue team is kind of nowhere to be found. Gunboat is, of course, still behind there, but he's probably not going to survive, or at least going to be able to dead ringer out there. G-Turtle's shooting the rockets over on his own cliff. So finally, only 4 seconds left for blue team on the clock, but you know what? 6BB have managed to get this point, and that's pretty good. They had a successful sack, and actually, Gunboat Diplomat finally does go down on the back lines. Not getting any spy plays at the moment, but G-Turtle also going to fly up into the air. They do get another one, however, though, and they're pushing across point. Venomous is very low as well, so this could be kind of bad for the red team. They look like they are going to have to give this up. They don't have Uber charge. Ubers are about equal at the moment. And it looks like the Scout 1v1 is going to be lost by Mons as he goes down to mowing. Snow mowing. And D-Rock also going to go down. Looks like I'm lagging just a little bit. It's unfortunate. Wouldn't want to be missing this action. I'm not sure. I mean, they're basically 3 down now, the red team. Blue team are definitely looking like they're going to push off. And actually, they have Kritzkrieg. Excellent stickies by Blazing. Do manage to pick up the medic at the end of that Kritzkrieg as well as a couple others and flies into the air. There's only 1 second alive. Small Johnson probably not going to be able to save this round. So that's going to be 3-0 in the first half. Definitely, interesting half and match in general, I'd say. You know what? I think we need this game. You know, the last 2 games of Cassid have been very close, very insane matches to watch. So I think we kind of needed a game like this to just smooth it out, even it out. I think Gardening Club are always a good team to cast when I've casted too many close games. Like, we just need to roll, I think. So I'm glad we're here. Of course, Viaduct is played first to 4. We learned yesterday, so this is going to be... I'm going to go ahead and call the final round once these teams do ready up again. I could be wrong, of course. They could definitely come back, 6BB, get 4 rounds in a row, and basically make the hero play of a lifetime, but call me skeptical because I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Gunboat Diplomat is currently on heavy. We'll see if he's going to stick with that choice. That's definitely probably a stronger choice than Spy, if I would have to say. You know, who knows, though. Definitely, the Spy was pretty powerful. I believe it got, like, what, 2 picks? That's pretty good, man. You can't argue with that, really. And he might actually be coming out Gunboat as shotgun heavy, or Fat Scout, whatever you'd like to call it. So, and he's spamming Poot Dispenser here. So that's definitely the sign of a good player when they do that. Of course, the memes, the harder you meme, the harder you frag. That's a common saying in the TF2 world. As he skillfully takes out regular Mons, of course. Mons stood no chance. That was a much fatter scout than he. So understandable that he would go down to that. Hopefully people will ready up. Do we have like AFKs? Gollywobbler's not AFK. Looks like Venomous might be AFK, which is why he's not rated up. I don't know who's rated up. I'm not going to go through there and search, but... Looks like a couple of 6BB. You know what they're probably doing? Right? They're probably strategizing. That's understandable. They think, what can we do to counter the heavy? Well, I guess now it's a heavy. They probably were thinking, what can we do to counter the spy? They probably made up their mind, and then once they saw the heavy coming out, they're like, okay, we need a new strategy, because what if they run heavy? You know what? That's reasonable. Like, the heavy was out in pregame, and you know what? They might have also then realized it's a shotgun heavy, you know, not using his minigun. How are we going to counter that? So, a lot of strats that go down in high-level competitive TF2. You know, things like, how do you counter the Fat Scout? That's definitely something that teams have to think about. And that's something that teams often don't think about, you know? So, thank fucking God we're going here. To the last round of Viaduct here. Played first to 4. 6BB, taking on Gardening Club. Coming out to the first mid of the half. 4th mid overall. We'll see. I do hear the Poot Dispenser here, so that is going to be the Fat Scout coming out of the red team. And now blue team are looking like they are getting a little bit aggressive here on this right-hand side. D-Rock was getting aggressive, but it looked like he saw that heavy and he had to back off. Unfortunate for him. Small Johnson's playing up on the rock. Looks like Chito is going to be the first one to go down into this, and that's definitely good, but D-Rock also going to follow. And then regular, man, this is not going good for them anymore. Venomous is alive with one other fragging player on his team. Soggy going to clean him up, though, unfortunately. It's only Small Johnson alive with his medic. Big Boog is going to be backing up, and he's the only player alive, but he's finding D-Rock. No, he's not. D-Rock's going the wrong way, but he does find his scout, and he's going to be fine for now, but maybe. Soggy's still on him. No, looks like he wasn't going to be able to take that 1v1 against a buff scout. Understandable there. I believe 6BB have changed up some classes. Have they? Oh, I could be wrong. I thought D-Rock was playing Soldier. I'm pretty sure D-Rock was playing Soldier. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, though. So, interesting switch there to Scout. Of course, I believe last time they were playing with only one Scout. They're going to be trying to push out. Of course, the forward hold was coming out, and actually the pop coming out from Gully Wobbler. Thankfully, the counter pop is going to come out for the blue team as well, and they're Ubering that heavy. That's definitely very powerful. Pushing forward with him, we do see Soldier way up in the air, as well as regular Mons is in behind, and this could be bad if he manages to get onto Gully Wobbler. He got a couple good frags on him, but Gully Wobbler just staying alive there. Thankfully, Soggy able to save his medic, as now blue team, I believe the demo man is, that's not a demo, that's a scout, most aggressive on his team, up onto the cliff here, joined by a soldier and the rest of his team, so maybe they can stage some sort of a attempt here. Of course, the cap is mostly gone over. Blazing just respawning now to bring his team back up to full strength at 5.5 players. Gully Wobbler actually getting a little bit low to just some spam. He's about 40 health there, but he should be fine for now. The heavy weapons guy is going to go down. That's a big pick, of course. They're going to be pushing forward off of that pick. Understandable. The soldier is way up in the air. Blazing actually playing soldier, so definitely an interesting move. They don't have a demo man, it appears, so interesting. These class changes, shaking up the 5v5 meta, essentially 5v5, let's be honest, as the blue Uber did get popped off right as they capped that point. They're going to be charging forward, looking like they want to get Gully Wobbler, who's only about 80%, but he's disconnected a little bit from his team. Gumbo Diplomat has gone back onto Spy. I think that's the right call. I don't think Heavy was really working out for him. And G-Turtle's going to be jumping in there, getting a lot of good damage, but fortunately not going to get anything there as he does go down. And the scouts are chasing forward now. Looks like Gully Wobbler has popped off that overcharge, and they're pushing forward, but there's really nobody left for them to kill. They've kind of done a lot of damage to push them all back, however, and now they could be in a bit of a tough spot. No, thankfully, they are going to be okay as he reconnects up with Blazing. Maybe his regular Mullins is on him now. Blazing needs to be able to kill him, but not able to do so as regular Mullins was up in the air. Managed to get that meta frag, which is definitely pretty good for them, and this could actually be a round for a blue team. They've come out very strong, and it looks like they are going to be capping this once again. Very low on Soggy's, but we'll see what he can do. They don't really know he's that low, I don't think. He hasn't been hit once. He's going for the medic. Thankfully, finally gets taken down as D-Rock actually got Gumbo Diplomat with the melee weapon. So, point going back in favor of blue. Definitely the most back and forth round we've seen. Could this be the comeback of 6BB? Have they found their footing? Or are red team just throwing? It's hard to tell at this point, but we're going to have to wait and find out. Blazing is going to be trying to get aggressive here on the soldier class. We see G-Turtle going to be doing the same thing. It's jumping, getting a lot of good damage. Blazing does get cleaned up on the right-hand side, and G-Turtle looks like he's close to follow. He's very low. Is going to get taken down. D-Rock on a 5k on that scout class. Of course, he did switch up. Mowing Snow also going to go down there. Is Gumbo Diplomat following? So I think that was just a bit of a sack as they are still building back at spawn. Common play, pretty understandable. We're going to see Blazing trying to jump up here and maybe get some room for his team. Of course, they don't have a demo man at the moment. They have a spy instead. So, you know, controversial classes here, but definitely something that could work out for them as G-Turtle's jumping up onto the rock of his. It's getting a little bit low, however. The loose cannon is coming out. The pop did also get popped off by Gully Wobbler, and they're pushing forward, trying to get some frags. Blazing did go down in this. The only person so far to die in this Uber, and only about 50% for Boog. So Soggy very low here as Venomous does go down. Soggy on the point, reconnected with this medic. He's fine. Looks like that Uber charge got them the point, but not too much else. I guess it got them a demo, but really, I would expect to see blue team able to push back out. They already have like 70%, so we're probably going to be able to see them come out here. Gully Wobbler does seem to be building fairly effective. However, as I say that, I ran over to his perspective and he wasn't healing anybody, so maybe not. About 50% now, so they might be able to kite this just long enough to be able to get their own Uber. D-Rock is peeking in just a little bit, but doesn't want to commit to this. Of course, blue team needs to not die, but Blazing is going to be jumping in here as the spy does come in from behind. The blue Uber finally does get popped off, and they get one frag with that. Of course, the Deadwinger also popped off here, and now Gully Wobbler's just going to be backing up. He needs to not die. He's back onto his own grass, but he's a little bit unprotected. Nobody's really chasing him, though, so he does look fine at the moment. Gunboat Diplomat finally is going to go down for real that time. That wasn't a feign. Gully Wobbler, the only person on his team to stay alive through that, but definitely if you want somebody to stay alive, it's for sure going to be the medic, so that was alright. 38 seconds left on the clock. And a minute for the blue team. This could be a round for them. Gunboat Diplomat's now up on Sniper. An interesting pick, for sure. They're going to be seeing what they can do. Of course, full Uber charge coming out for the red team. This is it. They need to make this push happen. If they mess this push up, they could drop a round to the team, which would not be good for their record as they're trying to get some good frags here. Looks like they got one, but a lot of red players have gone down. Of course, we do see the Luxman is out in full force from Gunboat Diplomat. And they do cap this point up. It's only 35 seconds left on it, and looks like blue team needs to get on this as fast as they can. Only 34 for them as well, however. This is a very close round, despite all the gimmicks coming out, I guess you could call it. Soggy's going to be trying to defend this point with his team. It depends really how many shots the Luxman can make. Doesn't look like they can do it. It's actually red team having to back off here. I think that's smart. Gumbo is going to go down. And now, Blazing's trying to do something. I think he's a little bit over-aggressive. He's back on the Doberman class, so this could be bad. Now as finally D-Rock does go down, ending that huge kill streak. G-Turtle, good job there, and he gets a second one, and now they're pushing forward. This could be bad. G-Turtle finally going to go down to the loose cannon. It's only the medic alive with his demo, and now we do see actually regular monsters in behind, but they're just capping up this point. It's not over immediately, and actually the blue team is going to be able to get that Uber to pop off, but the red team also going to be able to pop that Uber off, and Mons is still in behind. He hasn't really been noticed. Finally going to get focused down and killed by Snow, so that's good for them, but now the clock is ticking down, and it's in favor of red team finally, and blue team only have 5 seconds, but there's so many frags going down in favor of red team. Is D-Rock also going to go down? It's only Small Johnson alive for his team. He's going to be jumping up, trying to do something here, but he's really not getting anything. He is just going to go down, unfortunately. Soggy going to be able to clean him up there, and that's going to be the whole game. 4-0 now for Gardening Club. What a game, man. Competitive 6v6 TF2. The bottom of open. It's a very competitive landscape here. I believe that's it. GG, hope your 6 does get better. Yeah, I do hope that he gets better. I heard it was Ebola, which is definitely not something you want to get, especially at this time. I'm pretty sure, like, isn't Ebola mostly, like, solved? Especially in North America. That never really happened. This is a North American league. But who knows, man? He could be playing from Africa. We don't judge here. But thank you so much for watching this very bizarre game. I promise there's at least going to be one more game that's a little bit serious that was released at the same time as this video. I did cast it yesterday. And hopefully a more serious game tomorrow as well. It's Wednesday, man. What can you expect from the games? But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.